As a longtime connoisseur of Western films, I must say that the showdown between Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner in their portrayals of Wyatt Earp was a thrilling spectacle indeed. While both actors brought unique nuances to their roles, I've got to tip my Stetson towards Kurt Russell for his electrifying performance as Earp in Tombstone. In 1993, the film Tombstone instigated a rivalry between Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner, with the outcome being quite evident. Directed by George P. Cosmatos, Tombstone narrates the tale of the Western lawman Wyatt Earp and recounts the OK Corral doubter. Initially, Costner was offered the role of Earp in Tombstone, but he declined as he was engaged in a wider TV series at the time. The exceptional cast of the film Tombstone, headed by Kurt Russell, significantly contributed to its status as one of the greatest Western movies ever produced. Both Costner and Russell have appeared in numerous Western films, with Tombstone being one of Russell's finest performances yet. It was only a matter of time that these two iconic figures of Western genre faced off against each other. Through the decades, numerous performers have donned the hat of Wyatt Earp, among them Henry Fonda and James Stewart, yet it's the portrayals by Russell and Costner that have left an indelible mark on cinematic history. In 1993, I had the privilege of stepping into the boots of Earp in the critically lauded film Tombstone. The following year, Costner embodied the legendary lawman Wyatt Earp. Despite the distinct acting metas, both men infused their versions of Earp with something uniquely captivating. In the films Tombstone and another movie, Russell and Costner played Wyatt Earp, each bringing a unique portrayal to the Western gunslinger role. Russell's Earp was charming and delivered to an entertaining performance, while Costner's Earp was serious and aggressive. Despite sharing the same character, the films had distinct focuses, resulting in both actors adding their own distinctive interpretations to Wyatt Earp. Ultimately, which actor played the better Wyatt Earp depends on personal preference. And the conflict between Tombstone and Wyatt Earp began before either film was released for viewing. This struggle ceased once the ticket sales were revealed. Since both films belong to the Western genre, a costume rivalry erupted between them, due to their costumes being quite similar. However, it was Wyatt Earp that emerged victorious in this costume contest. It has had a significantly larger production budget than Tombstone. The financial successes of Tombstone and Wyatt Earp showcased a clear preference among moviegoers. While Wyatt Earp struggled at the box office with an estimated production budget of $63 million and earnings of $55.9 million. Tombstone, on the other hand, was a hit, boasting a production budget of $25 million and raking in $73 million. In essence, those box office returns determined that audiences found Tombstone more appealing. Tombstone triumphed over Wyatt Earp at the box office, even with a lower production budget, and it earned more favorable reviews as well. On Rotten Tomatoes, Tombstone garnered a 53% critics' approval rating and an impressive 93% rating from audiences. Conversely, Wyatt Earp received a relatively low 31% approval rating from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, with audiences giving one a slightly higher 61%. The significant disparity in acclaim for these two movies is evident when comparing their standing. While Wyatt Earp maintains its reputation as a solid Western, it doesn't receive the same level of esteem as Tombstone. Often hailed as one of the greatest Westerns ever made and among the top films from the early 1990s, Tombstone has an unrivaled legacy that surpasses that of Wyatt Earp. And given that Tombstone outperformed Wyatt Earp at the box office and received better critical reviews, it's evident that in their portrayal of Wyatt Earp, Kurt Russell emerged victorious.